Move on. Today we're closely watching out for Jio GigaFiber. You have the launch of it across the country today. Some very lucrative offers are on board. But what are the other challenges? What is their outlook on subscriber addition? Let's bring on board Rajiv Sharma, co-head institutional research at SBICap. Rajiv, good morning. It all sounds great, in terms of the kind of offers that they're rolling out, but some of the analysts are of the view that given that there has been relatively low progress or slow progress for Jio GigaFiber post the announcement, which was in August 2018, they've reached just about 500,000 households since then, that we will see on-ground challenges for actual implementation of all of these very ambitious plans?
Yeah, hi. So the way to look at this is that very ambitious plan has become more realistic plan now. That 50 million number, which was there as the earlier aspirations of Reliance, that's come down to 20 million households now. So it's more realistic, it's more doable, but unlike mobility, which is, one tower and you're reaching 60,000 individuals and you can get 2,000 connections. This is a network one-on-one, and we lot of flatbeds. Everything is not Mumbai or South Mumbai. So there are challenges of rollout, but it seems they are factored in this revised new target, which was given this AGM of 20 million.
Okay. So, given the fact that they've got just about 500,000 broadband customers as of now on the trial basis, they have a head start in technology like AR and VR, and that's going to be a big positive. So how do you see the overall landscape now within the space changing? Do you think that there's going to be, a lot of customers latching onto these very lucrative plans, and thereby for some of the other players, this poses a big threat?
So the way to look at it, that the leverage will be more around the investments made in Hathway and Den. They have a cable infrastructure. Hathway has some decent home broadband. So they will be able to leverage that cable TV base. That's the first leverage they have. But again, as I mentioned, that this is a supply side issue. So there are supply side gaps when it comes to home broadband. It's not, so demand is always there, and there are some mom and pop small operators which are giving you home broadband, but that's not as robust as a FTTH would be. So there will be demand, but the ability to close that or bridge that demand will be a very slow and gradual process. So Hathway was adding some million subscribers over 3 to 4 years. So that's the kind of run rate. Now Jio being Jio, it could do a 2 to 3 million every year. So even this 20 million will be very slow and gradual. It will be like 3 to 4 million per year. So over 4 to 5 years, they hit this aspiration or the new realistic target.
Ambitious plan for the first day, first show movies for the premium Jio GigaFiber users. Do you think that in the long haul, this is going to be a little bit of a concern with respect to how movie producers are going to address the piracy issues as well, and whether or not they're going to be agreeable?
So let me take the second one first, which is this is going to be very tricky. Price discovery is a very important phenomena which a box office does. And if you ask any producer before the movie is released, he would say that his movie is going to be a blockbuster and that's going to be above 300 crores. But what box office does is it gives you the realistic numbers as to what the movie was really worth. Now, doing it reverse way would mean that it's doable provided you're willing to compensate every film 4 to 5 times. So that tells you that this is going to be very selective. Could be something which Jio is itself producing, or could be one or two some smart buying. It doesn't look like a sustainable thing, or a feasible thing.
that is going to be a bit challenging. And you did see on the day of the announcement some of those multiplex stocks, though, feeling the heat. But let's talk a little bit about the financials for Reliance Jio. Can you just walk us through the overall debt, the kind of EV that they're seeing for mobile, and how lucrative then all of these freebies are for the company from purely the cash that they have on their books?
So if you look at their ARPUs for the home broadband, that's starting 700. If you look at Bharti, similar business, that's around 800, 850. So you're not seeing a mobile kind of disruptive pricing in the home broadband segment. Second, this is only home broadband. This is not TV bundled with home broadband, because the tariff order really constrains anyone to do so, the new tariff order. The pricing is realistic. If you today they're expected to do a $7 billion kind of revenue for FY20. So if over the next 3 to 4 years, the home broadband itself could add something like 2.5-3 billion to revenues and 1 to 1.5 billion USD on EBITDA. Deleveraging process has started with the tower and fiber invit. So now tower invit has happened. Fiber, the company suggests that they will have some progress there in the coming time as well.
Okay, so just having a look at the overall space as a whole, and the plans that Reliance Jio has put forward for Jio GigaFiber. Can you just tell us, any stock recommendations or what your view is on Reliance Industries and some of its peers?
So, Bharti, like we have a, hold with limited upsides. Given that, we don't see a meaningful tariff hike on mobility, which is still the key driver for the overall space, some time away. And you've seen some announcements by, Vodafone Idea doing some kind of selective 20 rupees recharge plan. So tariff clarity is still not emerged. So we have some limited upsides on Bharti. We don't like Vodafone. We're skeptic there. We're skeptic on Bharti Infratel, which is again a play on Vodafone and the tenancy outlook. We don't have coverage on Reliance as of now.
Okay, fair enough. But thanks very much, nonetheless, Rajiv, for giving us an overall snapshot as to what are some of the challenges that lay forth, as well as how we're going to see Reliance leverage their very ambitious plans for Jio GigaFiber, the launch of which is today.